watching the time.
All right. Welcome to another edition of Nerd Couch, where we complain about things that deserve to be complained about.
Oh God! Oh God! Is that what it feels like?
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Comma, you asshole.
So this episode's going to be about Netrunner.
A game we both love.
For some definition of love, considering what we're going to talk
Yeah,
about.
that's true. Okay, before we get into the bulk of this video, it's really important that we let you know that we really love Netrunner.
Yes.
I have spent probably approaching $400 on this game. Oh my God. I'm trying to save for a house, and that's why I'm not being able to do it, I'm guessing. Angelo spent no money because all he does is proxy cards, but because I want to live with somebody I can play with. Yeah. He keeps saying he's going to mail $50 to Lucas Litzinger.
I will pay Lucas Litzinger. If you are watching this video right now, give me your email and I will PayPal you money.
We will actually give you money.
We really will.
He's a dick. I don't need to give you any of my money. You have 400 of my fucking dollars. But this asshole just proxies his cards.
You will get more money from me than if I gave it to Fantasy Flight.
This is the argument for piracy, by the way.
But anyway,
You're taking food out of the Fantasy Flight CEO's kids' mouths.
I hate you.
That guy's lucky if he drives a Ford Taurus. Anyway, we're actually here to talk about.
Background info for the people who don't know Netrunner. Netrunner is a game that was originally made by Richard Garfield around the same time as Magic. It was meant to be the not Magic. It was asymmetrical. It was cyberpunk. The idea was that one side played a corporation whose purpose was to advance certain agendas. The other side played a runner, basically a hacker, that was attempting to disrupt these agendas. And the basic way that the game plays is you have a certain number of actions each turn to do things. If you are the corp, you are basically creating servers filled with ice. Servers basically are where you put cards that you are trying to score. Ice are things that do bad things to the runner when they try to get that thing you're trying to score. And so it's kind of like a tower defense game.
The corporation is trying to advance agendas, while the runner is trying to steal them. It is a really cool game, and it has, at this point, some serious problems, and we're going to talk about those today.
Yeah.
This is not really a video for beginners. This is kind of a video for people who are, like, way deep into the game.
In fact, if you want a beginner's primer on the game, we have a link to the official Fantasy Flight thing in the doobly-doo, or click on Justin's head.
So, one of the big problems...
It's fun making you learn annotations.
I already know how to do annotations. I do it for my other job. Don't act like you can challenge me. Five Nights at Freddy, motherfucker. Anyway, so, Netrunner. A couple of problems we're having right now is that the corporation meta has evolved really well in the lunar cycle and hasn't really changed the runner meta at all. The corp meta is great. The runner meta is the exact same as it was in the Genesis
I'd say
cycle.
that the corp was evolving interestingly pre-lunar cycle too.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of great corp cards. Every corporation is viable now. It's not like your choices are play Wayland Scorch deck or play HP Fast Advance or lose. Like, those used to be your choices, which is really sad.
Which is interesting. HB is the least played corp now. And you can still play the old HD Fast Advance and still do great with it.
Yeah. There are all sorts of playable archetypes now. Jinteki's got one. NBN's got one. Wayland's got one. HB's got one.
Wayland's got 3 and Jinteki's got 3.
Yeah.
Like,
there is only one winning runner deck, and that is Andromeda.
Andromeda Fast Run, that's all.
And it's just really exhausting. There's Andromeda, and you run what we have come to call the Three Amigos, Mimic, Yogo, and Corroder. And then with Datasucker on the side, and we are so fucking tired of that deck.
See, here's the...
So tired.
Here's the actual...
Of that deck. So tired.
Here's the
of the deck that everyone plays forever.
Anyway, here's the problem.
I can't, my job.
Here's the problem with that deck. Yeah, we've seen other people even play some tournaments with things like Kate, which is a Shaper identity, and Noise, which is an Anarch identity, which have different abilities. But their decks are doing the same thing. Like, if you play any other identity in any other faction, like, literally, you are still, for your icebreakers, running Yogg, Mimic, Corroder, and Datasucker to enable them. And then maybe you'll add something else if you want to get freaky. Like, maybe you'll add Knight, or Garrote, or Eater, or Ninja, or Gordo.
Or something.
You know, or something.
Gordo to deal with Lotus Field or something.
Maybe you'll do that, but that's like, that's a periphery to your main game plan. Like, that's not your main game plan.
And if you have an alternate game plan, 9 times out of 10, that game plan's gonna fucking lose.
Yeah.
Like, if you're against a corp who's really going ham, which is our acronym for hard-ass motherfucker, that I know some of you guys also use. If you're playing against a corp that's going ham and you're not using the 3 amigos, you're gonna fucking lose.
Yeah, it's just, you can't just, like, the best thing you could do is maybe use Gordo, and Gordo stands up a little bit better than Yogg in some circumstances, but even then, that's a maybe.
And that circumstance is basically Lotus Field.
Basically Lotus Field, which is just something that Yogg doesn't work on. It is so... And I guess that's the thing that's, like, annoying, because, yes, there's different deck archetypes. There's the Atman deck, and there's the recurring Parasite deck, but every time that these decks come into contact with any other Corp deck, they just don't do as well as Andy. They might have, like, 1 or 2 decks that they do very well against, maybe even a little bit better than Andy.
Like, Nasir Maidan does really well against a Blue Sun deck.
Yeah, but... no one's ever going to run that because Nasir Maidan folds
to Near-Earth Hub, he folds to Jinteki, like, and it gets really aggravating that you feel like you're making the same runner deck over and over again. Can you make other runner decks if you want to play for fun? Absolutely, yeah, and if you're enjoying that, great.
This is not a video for casuals, because you could do whatever you want if you're a casual player. Have fun, do a thing.
Yeah.
You know? That's cool. But in terms, like, if you are playing as hard as you can, if you are playing to win, the deck that is viable is Andromeda with the 3 amigos. Period.
And that sucks.
Yeah, that's not fun. And the thing is, because Andromeda's ability, for those of you who don't know, except anybody who's stuck around knows at this point, Andromeda's ability is just to start your hand with more cards. So Andromeda gets better as the card pool gets better.
And arguably the criminal card pool, which is the faction that she belongs to, is the best card pool.
Yeah, so when Hostage came out, she got better. When Legwork came out, she got better.
To say nothing of the fact that she was already good because of things like Emergency Shutdown, Inside Job, and Account Siphon.
Yeah. So, as long as good criminal cards keep coming out, which they are...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, security testing just happened.
3 steps ahead.
Yeah. Andy gets the most benefit every time that happens. Period. Hands down.
And I get that when this was being made, it was when the game was starting, and it's going to be banned eventually because it's in Genesis Cycle, but please, God, ban it sooner than that. Ban that. Ban... Astroscript Protocol, ban Datasucker. You gotta change the game up because you're losing pros. Lucas, if you're looking at this, you're losing us.
Actually,
we want to stick around, but we can't because the game is just the same over and over.
I'm gonna talk about how you're losing pros, and then we're almost out of time, and then I'd like to do another one actually talking about what could possibly fix, if you're down with that. If you read on StimHack, Dan Dargenio, who's the guy who won Worlds, talked about how Worlds had a horrendous turnout. A lot of the pros that he knows just did not go. People are just so jaded with the meta right now. Because everyone wants to play Corp. Everybody wants to stumble upon the cool new Corp deck that is just great. Justin has one he's testing, which is just like, no matter what you do, you're making bad choices. I made a variation on Personal Evolution. People are trying Nisei. People are trying different things in HB for like 1-turn wins. There's so much creativity there.
But it doesn't exist for the runner at all. And pros are dropping out because of that. It's not cool. Anyway, that's all the time we have for this week. See you next week.